Hi, I'm Pop Sigung. Welcome to my channel where I show my personal martial art of Bagua Kuntao Silat. And here, as ever, my son and student, Trevor. Today I'm going to show you the next level basic applications of striking palm with footwork. Before I showed you basic applications, part 1 and 2, but it was with very basic footwork. But I didn't show you at the next level basic part of application, where we're engaging our entire body with that twisting movement, which you've learned if you've been practicing and doing my footwork drills, perfect practice drills, and circling the square. And that's what this video is going to show you. Basic applications while moving. In Bagua Kuntao Silat, we're always moving if we engage in self-defense or a fight. We don't stand there and trade blows. That's a huge mistake. The second thing is we engage our entire body with our opponent. Not just in our striking and our accepting of blows or throws or anything else that we do. It's anytime we do anything, our entire body is engaging the opponent. And you can see here, if we're talking and we're having an argument and we see him like he's going to start engaging blows and we're like, wait a minute, and he throws lead punch. You see striking palm, the set, and down he goes. And I showed it very easily, and you can see there's nothing you could do. I didn't have to worry about the cross. I didn't have to worry about anything else. But as you saw in circling the square with striking palm, it was exactly that movement. And for follow-up, say he wants to do it again, as if we're, instead of besetting, I move in, hit the kidney as if we're changing direction, right? I mean, change direction and do it again. The entire time we're using striking palm. And I just showed you in slow motion how that movement goes. In less slow motion, as he were doing normally, we're doing the talking and he's coming. You can see with that step, I didn't even have to gauge my lower body because my structure was correct. Notice also that I'm maintaining a more upright posture, but that's what I used to. With next level basic, remember, we're sunk and low. You want your root and you want your ground path. But sometimes you're not able to make that. The biggest thing with Bagua Kuntao Silat is we're concerned with evasion of that attack. So we're either going to evade it through deflection when we're making our attack by crashing arms, or simply by moving our entire body and stepping off the line. So we're talking, and if we're going to do that engagement and he comes in, I simply just want to evade that attack, step out, make the hit, but my foot wasn't able to come because I was late. That's okay. I have that strike, and then with the set, and he goes down. Also, I could simply not choose to engage his head and make sure that I don't allow that hit to come forward, and I don't want to have to worry about the cross punch or the reverse punch. So when he comes, I step forward and right into his floating rib. And from there, I can feel your heart speed. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. And from there, I do, as we change direction again, strike the kidney, come across. At next level basic, this is where we relax, low and easy, and move the way we're supposed to. Now, naturally, if he's any kind of training at all, with any kind of fighting, he's going to want you to not go to his outside flank. So he's going to try to avoid that. So if he sees any kind of movement, he's going to be turning and follow up with his other hand. That's why we change direction as well, our footwork. Or if he sees me moving that way, he'll simply start circling the other way. So when he moves, say he comes in with that left jab, boom, and from here, instead of going to his flank, I went to the inside. Now you think, well, he's just going to hit you with the cross. But remember, we have our hand in our neutral position to the rear. And I've also just hit his face very hard while stepping forward, just like that, changing his structure direction and taking his balance and stealing his center control.
Also keep in mind, when the hit is there, I'm going to give the cross.
Right.
And so far it hasn't been.
The cross is coming. I'm showing you off the lead punch because the lead punch is very fast. Typically it's a jab, and you can see it. Instead of doing like a boxer, we don't have boxing gloves on. We don't fight like boxers. We're engaging our whole body. I'm evading with my entire body. I'm also using a little bit of subtle head movement, which you can't see by turning and shifting, but I'm keeping my spine straight, and I'm doing that as I'm moving this way. If you're engaging my footwork drills and practice circling the square, you can feel it as your body hangs from your skeleton as you're moving around the circle. So even say I missed that, I'm late, I don't recognize it, and I barely missed the jab, and I see his cross coming. Typically they're in left lead, we're in right lead because most people are right-handed. If I miss it, he does the straight cross coming. Remember the overturning palm? And then there we go. And from here, all I need to do is the facet, which you've seen a million times from the other side. Because
If you notice, I punched where his head was.
right,
There was jab, cross there. He's not there anymore.
I moved, and I'm going to move out of his expected range and expected place where he thinks I'm going to be. Next level basic, not simply basic. We're not simply standing there trading blows, which you'll see even advanced people do sometimes. That's how you get hurt. We don't want to get hurt. We also don't want to fight. We want to end the fight as quickly as possible and move on. Again, also remember, when we're having striking palm, regardless of whether we use overturning palm from the top or the bottom, whenever you have the extension, you also have the retraction. So perhaps I see him come and he startles me and I contact with the overturning palm, and we have like a bridge application, just like you have in our previous stuff. I pull forward while I'm stepping, strike his kidneys, and then strike and drop him down that way. That's only possible if you've been practicing next level basic, maintaining that structured ground path and able to manipulate your center. Otherwise, it's not going to work because he's going to be fighting you the whole time. And believe me, what I just showed you, even though it was in slow motion and I don't want to hurt him, he was also fighting and resisting me. He was trying to stay up. He could not. He was trying to change direction. I could feel him twisting. I wouldn't allow it. And I just stopped it, even though it was in slow motion, because if it wasn't, he would be injured severely. Also, I'm doing left side to flank him with left lead, but you can also do it right lead. I decide to step off, but I'm doing off the rear, and I don't engage because I don't want him to feel me at all or my intention. So he's going to punch at space because I'm going to move. At the last second, he comes in, boom, and I step forward, throw him to the ground. And from here, I have other engagements. But the ground follow-ups are intermediate level with applications. I'm not going to go there yet. However, next level basic applications are a necessity before you can move on to proper intermediate and advanced applications. Also, say he's in again, left lead as most people will be, we're in a neutral position, and I decide, again, I don't want to go to his flank because I know he's looking for it, or I can see he's moving to the flank as he tries to come in and throw that left lead. He steps out and tries to throw it, and I just go in the direction with the path of least resistance. So say he steps to his left to avoid me going to his left, and I just move to the right, and then I engage. And again, here I am. And from this way, I take it and pull it, as you've seen before, and I drop it. Remember, those are all hard, heavy, full body hits. My lower body is engaging with his lower body while I'm controlling his center and his structure, and I'm absorbing those strikes and issuing my own along. I'm deflecting while I'm moving in, or I'm filling a space or void that he's left through his structural arrangement and simply engaging him where he's weakest. Next level basic. I've shown you two to the inside, one to the outside, one to the rib cage, one on the opposite side. And on to the other side, if we take the large step out as we're moving to the right side, he comes in and I'm simply going to vanish because I'm worried about him doing a wild swing with his lead and perhaps a follow-up with a reverse punch or cross. When I see him coming in, I'm just going to move completely and engage him directly, striking palm. And that's because he was completely off balance at the weakest point where you can see, and I simply engaged him hardest and heaviest there. And I made sure to engage my entire body as I made him and hit him right at his ear, mastoid process, jawbone, broke that and drove him straight to the ground. On the right-hand side, and so we're in similar lead position, as if we're fighting somebody who's a southpaw or favors the right side, as they're another system operator. And immediately I can see the voids in the structure where he's standing, where his balance and weight is. And you will too, as long as you keep practicing sparring and watching people. And when I see that come, so you can see I grabbed his face, but no, that's a strike full step through behind him and then the throw. Or if I'm late and I have the simple engagement this way, and I'm only engaging the foot and make the strike to his head, through his head, and you can see me changing the structure and stealing his balance. This is not simply an arm punch, but an entire body punch. Then the follow-up was set, and he goes down. Once again, what if that doesn't work? The engagement comes. I barely get my right hand up. Oh, what do? Remember, and that hit was a strike to his floating rib to attach his liver, puncture his liver, to set him, and then I can strike afterwards. But remember, this all comes from what you learned in circling the square, perfect practice drills, footwork drills, next level basic applications of striking palm. So we're coming, stepping, and we're moving that way. Also, again, coming, stepping, moving that way. And if you're following up with those other drills, then you'll understand how these applications are being made and applied. Bagua Kuntao Silat is whole body usage all the time. And you say, what if he comes in with a fake jab and then say a hook punch? That's easy. It's not something you want to have to deal with, because you never want to have to deal with somebody punching you. But the reason I say that's easy, this is not a sporting application. He's wasting time if he comes in with a lead and then changes direction and mid-punch to hit you with something you don't know. We want to engage his whole body. I'm not overly concerned with his striking as much as I'm concerned with his body structure, the momentum he's gathering, and how his line of energy is being utilized. So if I see him, he's in left lead, as most people are going to be, and he comes in with a jab and he changes it with a hook. So what? You can see me here, and that's it. I'm moving into it. It's counterintuitive. Remember, he went with the jab and he changed direction, and some people are very, very fast. But remember, we're fast too, and we're not changing what we do. We're already ready. Our structure's there, and we're simply engaging him right away, and we can feel him. If you're doing your bridge hands practice, you can feel where his body's going, what his structure is, and what his center is. So if he tries this movement, you can simply throw him off balance and while you're striking him and engage. Say he comes in and we're standing in a neutral position. For whatever reason, he decides to engage off the left lead, and he's just going to do the regular jab cross that people do. Yeah. And you can see the strike, and it's a forearm strike to the neck for the second. So, while we engage. That time I maintain center, simply as we did with basic apps, but this is the next level basic applications of striking palm. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please come to my forum, www.popssigung.com, as you can see below, and I hope to see you soon. Don't forget, become a free member, talk to me anytime, and like and subscribe before you forget, please. Talk to you soon.